I've created a legal money printer. I'm gonna show you how it works. Hopefully I don't get arrested for this video. I won't though, because it's legal. But basically, if you have a coaching business, this is gonna be for you. I'm gonna show you how to effectively create a money printer. So basically we put $1 in, we get $5 out, $10 out, whatever it is. And this is really breaking down the economics of an online coaching business. So most people don't understand this. They don't teach this in schools. No one really teaches you this, but I learned this the hard way. I made $0 in my coaching business for the first 16 months, then scaled it to 170K a month. So I'm gonna show you what I've learned along the way, and hopefully this can help you out scaling your coaching business. So let's jump in. So number one, the first thing we need to understand is CAC versus 30 DC. So what is this? Like, what are these letters and crazy stuff right here? This is highly important. If you know this, you are literally instantly ahead of half of your competition. So CAC, this stands for client acquisition cost. Client acquisition cost. So how much are you actually paying to acquire a new client? All right, knowing this alone is very valuable because it'll tell you instantly if what you're doing for client acquisition is profitable or if it's not profitable. Super freaking important. So that's number one. The second thing that we're looking at is 30 DC. So this is 30-day cash. So what this is the average amount of cash you're collecting from a new client in the first 30 days that they're your client. So first 30 days, on average, how much are you collecting in cash from them? All right, so we basically have this battle right here of CAC, how much you're paying, versus 30-day cash, how much we're actually collecting from clients. We obviously need this number to be more than this number. All right, and ideally by a lot. All right, now that we understand the basic economics, basically like two KPIs that we really need to know. All right, the two big key performance indicators that we must know. We're gonna jump into what is actually good metrics to go off, like what should you aim for and how do you actually achieve this? And that's our money printer formula right here. So money printer formula, love this thing right here. All right, so I'm gonna type this out so it's pretty. So what we have here, the money printer formula is this right here. So we have 30 DC times 2, and this must be greater than CAC. All right, so basically what this means is our 30-day cash must be at least 2 times what our CAC is. All right, so basically we are collecting 2 times at least how much we're paying to get the client. So let's say our CAC is $1,000, and let's say our 30-day cash is $2,000. All right, that's technically the bare minimum where we want it to be at. Of course, anything more is amazing. But that's what we're aiming for. If we hit that metric right there, we have a scalable business. We have scalable client acquisition. All right, because if you think about it, what this means is at this point in the business, let me get my drawing tool here now. At this point in the business, we can literally get a client. So we'll get a client in right here. All right, here he is. Here's a client. He's happy. He only has a smile. But anyways, we get this client and we profit $1,000 from this guy in this example. All right, so we're making 1K profit. And wait a minute, isn't our CAC 1K? So that means we could take this money and put it into our machine and we instantly have a new client. Boom. All right, that's the goal right here. All right, so that means we basically have client-funded acquisition. Our new clients are literally paying for the next clients in the door, which is pretty cool. That's what we want. And this is the bare minimum. Like, I've been able to achieve much greater numbers than this bare minimum, formula of 2x, and you can too. That is the money printer formula. So action task for you right now is make sure you know these metrics in your business. Like, you must know how much your CAC is. You must know how big or small your CAC is. And you must know your 30-day cash. How much on average are you collecting from your clients in the first 30 days? Now that we understand the money printer formula, the next thing that we want is leverage. I don't know about you, but I absolutely started, businesses. I started, this entrepreneurship journey because I want freedom. That's the whole reason I started this, because I want freedom. I want to do what I want, when I want, with who I want, live my own terms, location freedom, time freedom, all that jazz. And so somewhere along the way, you've probably lost that. You probably work almost all the time. You feel like you're working like a dog. You feel like if you go on vacation, your business blows up, it breaks. You don't make any money when you're going on vacation. And so this sucks. It's cool to have this, but if you're doing all the work, you're really just like self-employed. You're just like your own employee. The business doesn't run without you. So you don't have leverage. So the next step is getting leverage, basically executing this money printer formula, but without you being involved. All right, so if you can achieve this, if you can still achieve this money printer formula without you being required in the process, you have leverage. All right, my first coaching business right now, I really don't do anything at all. And I just, take a check once a month, which is pretty nice. All right, that's leverage. All right, so how do you build this out for yourself? All right, so leverage, I'll draw an arrow here, boom, beautiful. So for leverage, big things that we need here is you think of like all aspects of all like kind of parts of your client acquisition system. And you go one by one and you start to outsource, systemize, or automate every single part. So for example, in my client acquisition system, the main one that I use, I'll show you it right now. So number one, I run ads. All right, so I run ads to get new qualified leads into my pipeline in the first place. All right, my dream type of clients, I'm speaking directly to them in these ads, so I'm attracting more of them to my social media. So I do this, and really for ads, the cool part about ads is it is already inherently super high leverage. Because with ads, typically you find your winning campaign, and once you find your winning campaign, usually that can run for like a few months plus, and you don't have to like touch anything. You don't have to move a finger unless you want to just increase ad spend to scale even more. But that's ads. It's extremely high leverage. That's the first part of my funnel. The second part is persuasion content. So persuasion content is content that primes your followers to become buyers. And the cool thing about this is persuasion content can be reused, repurposed, replicated, etc., etc. So once you've built out a bunch of persuasion content, you can really like just repurpose stuff. All right, you can have a team member do this for you, a VA do this for you. So it becomes very high leverage, right? Most people, they create content, they create it once, and it's live for about a day, and then it's dead forever. No one ever sees it again. What you want to do is reuse content. All right, make your content really, really good. Make it persuasion. All right, make it persuade people to become buyers and use it over and over again. Leverage it. You just put in work to create your content. Why not leverage that baby over and over again? All right, and by the way, persuasion is a term coined by Robert Cialdini. He's known as the godfather of influence. So very strategic with this persuasion content. That's number two. And number three is hot DMs. So hot DMs is my main system to basically turn the followers into actual paying clients. And cool thing with this is 100% outsourced, so I don't even touch my DMs at all. And I just have calls show up on my calendar on autopilot. Next step of this would be adding on a closer to your sales team. So basically they take the calls for you. So you don't even have to take calls, and you just have clients show up on in your business, and you have money show up on your bank account. That is the steps right here. So I'll add that in there, closer, boom. And that's client acquisition. That's how you create an extremely high leverage and nearly 100% automated client acquisition system. All right, so that is effectively a money printer. So we know, number one, the CAC versus the 30-day cash. We know 30-day cash must be more than CAC. And really the money printer formula right here, we know this must be at least 2 times what we're paying to acquire the customer. Once we have that, we can just get a client, and that'll fund our next client. Oops, I took something here. I don't know what this was, but it's fine. And then last thing is creating leverage. So removing yourself from the business and having basically fully automated client acquisition. All right, so that is how you create a money printer in your coaching business. I hope this helped. If you want additional help actually installing this into your business so you have leverage, so you have that money printer, go ahead and click the link below. We can chat to scale your coaching business. All right, I'll see you there. You're amazing.